Okay, ready, Genie? I wish for my next episode to begin.
Wish number one coming right up.
Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Oral Reports. Hey, remember when I did my top 10 Kingdom Hearts World Countdown list back in the summer of 2014? Remember when I put Agrabah the number 5 spot? Guess what we're blogging today? You know, ever since I started my blog show, I've been dying to blog this film. And it wasn't just my said countdown list that became my reason to blog it. You may or may not remember me telling you this, but I should also mention that in mid-February through early March of 2013, many months before my blog show even started, my friends at Musical Theater Village in Irvine, California, with my friend Aurora Long Culver directing, put Aladdin on stage and casted me as the Sultan. And you would not believe how much I had to grow my face out for that. And this was a year before it opened on Broadway. Also, before any of that, there was also another Aladdin show that was performing at Disney California Adventure ever since January 2003. But now that the show is closed since January 2016 to make way for a Frozen musical this summer, now might be the best time to get this blog started. So, without further ado, released on November 25th, 1992, the movie is Aladdin. So, let's get started. Aladdin is a street rat who lives in a large and busy town long ago with his faithful monkey friend Abu. When Princess Jasmine gets tired of being forced to remain in the palace that overlooks the city, she sneaks out to the marketplace where she accidentally meets Aladdin. Under the orders of the evil Jafar, Aladdin is thrown in jail and becomes caught up in Jafar's plot to rule the land with the aid of a mysterious lamp which contains a friendly and comical genie. Legend has it that only a person who is a diamond in the rough can retrieve the lamp from the Cave of Wonders. Aladdin might fit that description, but that's not enough to marry the princess, who must by law marry a prince. Later, Aladdin develops a friendship with the genie and uses his wishes to become a prince to win the heart of the princess. But when Jafar steals the lamp, Aladdin must rely on his intelligence to trick Jafar and save his friends and the kingdom. So, what are my thoughts on this film? Well, let me be honest with you. When I say that next to The Little Mermaid, this has got to be my absolute favorite Disney film ever. But before I go ahead, let's move on to Mustang notes. In 1988, lyricist Howard Ashman pitched the idea of an animated musical adaptation of Aladdin. Ashman had written a 40-page film treatment remaining faithful to the plot and characters of the original story, but envisioned as a campy 1930s-style musical with a Cab Calloway / Fats Waller-like genie. Along with partner Alan Menken, Ashman conceived several songs and added Aladdin's friends named Bubcak, Omar, and Kasim to the story. However, the studio were dismissive of Ashman's treatment and removed the project from development, and Ashman and Menken were later recruited to compose songs for Beauty and the Beast. Linda Wolverton had also worked on Beauty and the Beast, used their treatment, and developed a draft with inspired elements from The Thief of Baghdad, such as a villain named Jafar, an aged sidekick retired human thief named Abu, and a human handmaiden for their princess. Then, directors John Musker and Ron Clements joined the production, picking Aladdin out of the 3 projects offered, which also included an adaptation of Swan Lake and King of the Jungle, that eventually became The Lion King. Musker and Clemens wrote a draft of the screenplay and then delivered a story reel to the studio chief Jeffrey Katzenberg in April 1991. Katzenberg thought the script didn't engage, and on a day known by the staff as Black Friday, demanded that the entire story be rewritten without rescheduling the film's November 25, 1992 release date. Among the changes, Katzenberg requested from Clemens and Musker were to not be dependent on Ashman's vision, and the removal of Aladdin's mother, remarking 86, the mother, the mom's a zero stuff. Screenwriting duo Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio were brought in to rework the story, and the changes they made included the removal of Aladdin's mother, the strengthening of the character Princess Jasmine, and the deletion of several of the Ashman-Menken songs. By October 1991, Katzenberg was satisfied with the new version of Aladdin. As with Wolverton's screenplay, several characters and plot elements are based on the 1940 version of The Thief of Baghdad. The location of the film was changed from Baghdad, Iraq, to the fictional Arabian city of Agrabah. Now, while this is an enjoyable and fun movie, I have to admit that when I saw this movie in theaters, I was exactly 2 years old, and I wasn't really used to seeing movies on the big screen back then, especially with all the creepy stuff that happens in this. Even a few fight scenes and other stuff are intense for the younger crowds. But now that I'm older, all that stuff I mentioned has gone from scary to awesome. Also, the animation is awesome too, and a bit cartoony as well, but unlike Hercules that I blogged last time, there isn't much computer work here. But anyway, I like how everything in this movie is drawn out, like the marketplace, the palace, the desert, even the inside of the Cave of Wonders. Also, I should mention that last year, from watching Animat's Top 10 Controversial Cartoons list, I learned that the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee complained about the portrayal of the lead characters. They criticized the characters' anglicized features and Anglo-American accents. In contrast to the other characters in the film, which are dark-skinned, have foreign accents and grotesque facial expressions, and appear villainous or greedy. Weird, huh? Now let's move on to the songs. Now first I need to talk about the opening song, Arabian Nights, which I believe is a great intro, but this is where another act of controversy happened. You see, again, thanks to the ADC, one of the verses was altered in July 1993 from "Where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face" in the original release to "Where it's flat and immense and the heat is intense." The change first appeared in the 1993 home video release and every soundtrack and home media release since. Next we come to what I believe is the most wonderful romantic song in animation history, A Whole New World. Like most folks, I love that song, not just because it's romantic, but I love the different destinations Aladdin and Jasmine fly over, and the certain gags that happen are pretty funny, like the birds gasping at them and the sculptor in Egypt who knocks out the Sphinx's nose. Also, this song even makes me feel like I'm really on a magic carpet ride. This song even gets a short reprise at the end finale, and it's sung during the end credits by Peabo Bryson and Regina Bell. Now let's move on to the cast, characters, and their songs. Our hero, Aladdin, is voiced by Scott Wenger. To practice for the character, Wenger sent in a homemade audition tape with his mother playing the Genie, and after several callbacks, he found 6 months later that he had the part. As for what I think of Aladdin, he's a great Disney hero. He's noble, has a good heart, and he's honest when he's not lying about being royal. Also, like most Disney heroes, Aladdin is one I would team up with on an adventure any day. Aladdin's song is called One Jump Ahead, which is sung while he escapes from the guards carrying a loaf of bread, explaining that it is the life he lives in and he has no choice but to steal as much as he does not wish to. Plus, it gets a short reprise later on. Next up is Princess Jasmine, voiced by Linda Larkin, who did play a teacher in the horrible Joshua film from 2007 that I blogged 2 Novembers ago. No thanks to a certain evil twin that isn't around anymore to get on my nerves. Anyway, Larkin was chosen 9 months after her audition, and had to adjust or lower her high-pitched voice to reach the voice the filmmakers were looking for in the character. As for what I think of Jasmine, well, she is tired of her life being cooped up in the royal palace and wants to explore beyond the walls. The reason why I like her is because she's a strong, independent girl, and she's very clever, and she's also a very fast learner. Next we have Aladdin's monkey friend, Abu, voiced by Frank Welker. Yes, Abu can talk. Sort of. Anyway, the animators filmed monkeys at the San Francisco Zoo to study their movements for Abu's character. Now, in my opinion, Abu is a memorable character. As a monkey, he's very sneaky and loyal to Aladdin, but as an elephant, he doesn't do too much except transport Aladdin to Agrabah. There's also one thing that Abu just can't resist, and that is jewels, gold, rubies, or anything like that. Besides, that got him into some serious trouble in the cave. Welker also voices Jasmine's tiger pet, Raja, and the Cave of Wonders guardian. We also have Carpet, who became a new friend to Aladdin and Abu after being found inside the cave. What I love about Carpet is how he uses tassels as hands. Plus, I like the way he gestures while not saying anything. Also, he makes a great flyer when it comes to transportation, even when trying to escape the Cave of Wonders. Plus, Carpet's a skilled game player. And now we come to the best character in the entire movie. The one, the only, Genie of the Lamp! And, brace yourselves, viewers, he's voiced by the late, great Robin Williams. Why did you have to die, man? Anyway, Robin has been in all sorts of films during his time, like Mrs. Doubtfire, Hook, Jumanji, Night at the Museum, Ferngully the Last Rainforest, Robots, even the Happy Feet films. Clement and Musker wrote the part of the Genie for Williams and created a reel of Williams' stand-up to animation of the Genie. They asked Eric Goldberg to animate a Genie over one of Williams' old stand-up comedy routines to pitch the idea to the actor. The resulting test where Williams talking about schizophrenia was translated into Genie growing another head to argue with himself, which made Williams laugh his ass off and conceived him to sign on for the role. Williams' appearance in Aladdin marks the beginning of a transition in animated films to, well, celebrity voice actors rather than specifically trained voice actors in animated films. Williams provided many celebrity impressions during recording sessions like Ed Sullivan, Jack Nicholson, Robert De Niro, Groucho Marx, Rodney Dangerfield, William F. Buckley, Peter Lorre, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Arsenio Hall. Now, other than said celebrity impressions, I love how he pulls out other Disney references like Sebastian or Pinocchio. Plus, Genie is one Disney character I would definitely want to be friends with. Oh, and speaking of friends, Genie's first song is called Friend Like Me, where he shows off his powers to Aladdin in a Cab Calloway-like musical, telling him that he is a friend unlike any other. Fun fact, there is a little reference to Mickey Mouse's dance from Through the Mirror during this song. And the other song that Genie sings is Prince Ali, where he introduces Agrabah to Prince Ali Ababwa, Aladdin's alter ego, with a giant caravan. During the song, Robin Williams imitates a Thanksgiving parade commentator, Walter Brennan, and Ethel Merman. Never expected that, huh? Also, Williams voices the peddler, a mysterious merchant who appears at the beginning of the movie. After promoting useless goods to the audience, he reveals the magic lamp and begins the story of Aladdin. The scene was completely unscripted. You see, the production left Williams a table with props covered with a sheet and asked him to pull out objects without looking at them and describe them in character. The double role originally led to the peddler revealing to be the genie disguised, but that idea was later dropped. But recently, in October 2015, Clemens and Musker claimed that the peddler is actually the genie's human form. Next we come to the villain of the film, Jafar, the power-hungry Grand Vizier of Agrabah, voiced by Jonathan Freeman. Jafar was originally envisioned as an irritable character, but the directors decided that a calm villain would be scarier. Freeman was the first actor cast and spent 1 year and 9 months recording his dialogue. Now, in my eyes, Jafar has got to be one of the most badass Disney villains ever. Other than being calm, he's also very clever. He doesn't have that many abilities at first, other than having the guards do his bidding, disguising himself as an old man in the dungeon with Aladdin, and mesmerizing the Sultan with his cobra staff, which I'm glad was not used against me on stage. However, after becoming an all-powerful sorcerer, thanks to his second wish, he goes nuts with magic, with forcing people to bow before him, turning Raja into a kitten, unraveling carpet, turning Abu into a toy, turning into a huge cobra, and even more. Now, originally Jafar was going to sing a song called Why Me, but sadly that song was dropped, but thankfully it's in the stage version though. So instead, in this film, Jafar sings the Prince Ali reprise, where he uses newly gained powers to reveal Ali as only a street rat, and sends him to the ends of the earth. And while this is a badass song, it's not as villainous or memorable as You're Only Second Rate from his sequel. Next we have Iago, Jafar's sarcastic foul-mouthed parrot, voiced by Gilbert Gottfried, who voiced a beetle in Don Bluth's Thumbelina, and a demented dentist, Dr. Bender, on Nickelodeon's Fairly OddParents show. Iago's supervising animator, Will Finn, tried to incorporate some aspects of Gottfried's appearance into Iago's design, especially his semi-closed eyes and the always appearing teeth. Now, in the film, Iago is another memorable character. Sometimes, while he's still on Jafar's side, he pretends to be a normal parrot when Jafar is with the Sultan or Jasmine. However, he hates it when the Sultan tries to feed him crackers. And I don't know how he changed his voice to mimic folks like Jasmine or Jafar, but then again, he did do that gag sometimes in the show, which came afterwards, so I guess I can let that slide. Also, if you may remember when I talked about The Return of Jafar on my top 13 bad films that I like list, I did say that I liked it when Iago turned to the good side after this film. Lastly, we come to Jasmine's father, the Sultan, voiced by Douglas Seal. He's the pompous but kind ruler of Agrabah, who desperately tries to find a suitor for his daughter before she turns 18. Some aspects of the character were inspired by the Wizard of Oz, to create a bumbling authority figure. I find that pretty funny due to the fact that I played both Oz and the Sultan on stage at Musical Theater Village. And now it's time to move on to my final words. Overall, Aladdin is one of my childhood favorite Disney films of all time. Despite the controversy that it had, the main characters are all memorable, the side characters like Carpet, Abu, and Genie are fun, the animation is wonderful, and the songs from A Whole New World, One Jump Ahead, and Friend Like Me are wonderful to listen to. So, I know what you guys are asking. What am I going to rate this one? Well, duh, I'm giving it a full 100%. So, be sure to join me again next time for my next blog. Mustang Power!